Yo, what is up, artists and art fans? Thank you guys for tuning into one of the greatest sources for all your great artists. And you get to learn about the trade, the tools, and of course the tips, right? You guys are on Chatting with Zim, and I am your host, the real Zim Zimma. And this is episode number 83. Once again, sorry for earlier today. We had a little mix up in time. But definitely we got the guy back. We got the homie back in here, so he's definitely chilling and waiting. Let me ask. All right, let me tell him that now. So there was a little mix-up in time, I think. We'll talk about it. But if you guys missed it, make sure you guys are checking out Chatting with Zim right there on YouTube. We got the latest show with Josh for Kicks on there. If you guys missed it, make sure you guys go check it out there. Subscribe. If not, check out the IGTV. Also, today's guest is a 3-time repeater. Pretty cool. They say third time's the charm, right? We got James Sullivan all the way from Buffalo, New Jersey, joining us today. He was first aired on episode 39 and 55. So, cool shit to have him back on, guys. Also, if you guys missed it, I had a drink and draw with him a couple weeks ago on his Facebook. There he is, the man himself. So, that went well. We'll definitely talk about it a little bit. And besides that, make sure you guys are checking out Dead and Laughing. They got a big giveaway for Christmas that they're doing. So check them out. Hit up either Crudes or Dreads, the two guys. Part of the Mac squad as well, so that's pretty dope. Doing big things. And make sure you guys are checking out Seven. Seven is life as well. So the homie, there's other interviews and cool artists. So check them both out. And, of course, check out Monsters Art Clan. Can't forget about them. That's the squad. Many talented artists such as Pez, Notorious Pez, Thalo Halo, Bruce 13, Desalassi. We got Gutter Baby, TJ Mars, Neon Haze, Joe DT, and so many more. And last, thank you guys for stopping in. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys for tuning into the show every week and definitely help supporting. Before we kick it off, there we go. While we get sketching the beast, my boy James here. Next week, let's see. Next week, I believe we have a double dose. We got Blackjack Davy and my boy. So he's been drawing for a year. We're definitely going to catch up, see what 1 year of experience has, how he has faced it, and see what else is up with him. But without further ado, let's get the boy James. James, what's up, bro?
Not much, man. How's it going?
We are doing good, man. Just a little mixed up in time, but we are definitely back on the road. And
yeah, completely my fault, dude. I feel like a complete jerk.
Yeah, it's because you are a jerk, man. How dare you?
Yeah, I've been told that before.
I'm just messing with you, man.
It's all good, dude. Yeah, sorry about that. I ended up being way busier than I thought. You know, with the holidays and everything, with wrapping presents and stuff. I didn't even realize what time it was. I looked up at the clock, and I'm like, oh, god dang, it's freaking 5:50 already. I'm late. My wife's like, what? You're such a jerk.
Well, at least she said it. I didn't. Right.
That's so good, dude. No one will beat me up more than myself, I am sure.
Sweet.
All right, let me get my little camera here.
Here we go. I got a nice little rig now with some lights and whatnot. And
sweet. Get a nice setup, huh?
Yeah.
I finally cleaned my space here. Maybe I can you switch cameras on the fly here. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. I got a little. It's a little cleaner now.
Okay, sweet. I see that's it. Ooh, is that Spidey?
Yeah, the Legends. Yeah, I got a couple of them. I've never opened them.
Wow.
And there's where I do my live streams.
Sweet, I like that.
And then there's my arcade machine, with all my art crap on it.
Sweet. Marvel superheroes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to play. I feel bad it's down here, but I'm kind of remodeling my basement, so everything's kind of a mess.
Oh, definitely. That was my favorite. My favorite PlayStation versus game.
What's that?
That Marvel superheroes.
Oh yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot of arcade fun. And they have all sorts of ones like that. That's I don't have what's called on it, but you can buy them at Walmart. We got them. We got a good deal.
Oh yeah. Those little mini arcades and shit.
Yeah, little arcade cabinets. You can't go wrong with that.
No, not
But
at all.
but what's been up, man? What's new with you?
Not much, man. Actually, what's new with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I have a lot of big announcements that I'm announcing for the season. One of which, so I did a Facebook Live video like 2 days ago, I believe, where it was just kind of a exciting time for me because finally the things that I ordered forever ago are finally here,
Sweet.
and I can finally announce and talk about it and talk about some of the projects I have finally underway right now. So, so first, I'll start off with the lightest of news. I've been promoting that I'm going to do a giveaway on your channel. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway of one of my Mr. Sinister prints.
Ooh. Oh my lord. That is a sick print, dude.
Yes. I finally got them in the other day, and I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to do a little giveaway, help you out, help me out, and help the fans get something cool out of it at the same time. So only thing I ask is that everybody likes this video and comment somebody that you think would get something out of it.
Oh, nice. There we go.
And then I'll have Zim pull the winners later in the week. Is that cool with you, Zim?
Like the video and comment. Yeah, man. I'm making a note here just so I can know what to look for. Cool. Yeah. So we'll definitely do that, dude.
Cool.
Hell yeah, exciting news.
And then for everybody else, if you are interested, I do have these prints for actual sale as well. And I'm doing another giveaway for Christmas. So there's the 8.5 by 11 again. Hopefully you can see okay. It's a little dark in here. It's a little darker than I want it to be. There we go. And then I'm also so I also have the 11 by 17s as well. These will be for sale, $25. They come with a top loader and all that jazz. These are I was most excited about. I decided to go with a new print company to try them out, and so far they're all right. They're all right. I can't complain. They're pretty professional grade. They got nice paper. So those are going on sale, and so I'm going to be giving away my first ever art box, and this is going to be in it.
Ooh.
Nice coffee mug. Who doesn't drink coffee, right?
A Sketching the Beast art box. That's dope, dude.
So it's going to have this. It's going to have one of my custom prints from my print book here. Actually, no, this is my print book. Wrong book. This one here. Show off a couple of things. I got another one upstairs. So I have my Galactus. That's actually the last of the hollow foil will be in this box.
Oh man, that's dope.
And one of these, and included in the box will be obviously that mug and a custom commission just for you, or the person who gets it.
Wow.
I'll announce that soon.
Sweet, man. Let me know when you do promote it. Tag me. That way I could repost it, man. That's a box. The box.
The box. Yes. It won't be anything fancy. The box itself won't be branded or anything because that's an arm and a leg. But yes, something to look forward to. A little Christmas present for everybody. Obviously, you won't get it till after Christmas, but that's unfortunately because the prints took a lot longer than I thought they would take to get here.
Yeah.
So, but
no, makes sense, man.
But and then the other thing that I announced on the live video, which you can also check on my Facebook channel or my Facebook page, I should say, is I have finally started the first comic script for my comic that I had mentioned on episode. What was the first?
39.
Yes, episode 39. We talked about a little bit. So I finally, months later, I finally have gotten to the writing board and started writing, and I can actually give you guys a little bit of a teaser real quick. Hold on. It's nothing special. It's only page 1, so don't expect too much.
Oh, dude, we were expecting the whole project to be done. What else?
Circuit issue number 1. Here, let me see if I can.
Nice.
Get it. Okay. Here, so I'll read it off to you real quick. Probably a little difficult to see on the stream, but so panel 1 zoomed out to see a man in a white lab coat and another man in bed. The room appears to be a hospital room. The man in the bed coughs and looks sick. Black streaks are running down his arms and face. Zoomed in to see the sick man's face. Speech bubble says. All right, I clearly need to work on my quotation. All right, Artemis, don't risk it, and it'll get through. I'll get through this. Panel 3, looking at the back of the guy in the lab coat, head peering down to the man in the bed. I'm not giving up. I am so close to the cure, I can taste it. Panel 4, zoomed in on Artemis's face. Oh, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Thoughtful expression. It's only fair after what I've done to you. So we're setting up a little bit of a premise. We're setting up a little bit of the start of what's going on. And, so I got a couple. I'm down to page 3 right now. It's going to be probably about 24 pages. And I have already planned the comic to end on a, shock and surprise, oh, I need to know what's going to happen next.
Nice.
So I'm hoping, I'm going to try to get a couple extra artists on board. Zim, if you're at all interested at some point next year to do a cover for me, I will definitely commission you for it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a couple artists on board. I am going to see if I can get somebody to help me out with a little bit of the interior stuff because I'm very new to interiors. And then, so yes.
You talk interiors, you're talking about just, interior like itself, right? Drawing
yeah, just the panel layouts and stuff like that. Somebody will just kind of lay out the scenes, and then I'll do the final penciling over top of that, and then probably we'll hire an actual inker. So if anybody is interested in getting in on this project, feel free to PM me your details and your prices, because obviously I'm not gonna ask anybody to do anything for free. So.
Wow, it looks like you're headed off to a great start, man.
Absolutely, yeah. So I have a 5-plan year in my head, and I'm hoping to just take it on, man. Head on.
Sweet, great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, super excited. I'm super excited.
So Circuit issue 1.
Circuit issue 1. It'll be on Kickstarter at some point next year. I'm aiming for late next year, probably July, August. So,
yeah, third, fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's a ways off, but yeah, stay tuned to my pages. I'll do a lot of teasers and stuff.
Definitely. And also, I got it pinned down at the bottom there, sketchingthebeast.com. So if you guys want prints and other stuff like that, you cannot just find it on his page here or Facebook, but go to the actual site. That's what it's for, right?
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna try to update that a little more frequently with project and project related stuff as far as this and some other things that I got working on. I finally have finished my commissions for the year. Just got to send out one more commission, and then I think I'm just going to be taking on really just kind of one-off commissions while I work on this writing project. I'd like to have this written probably by end of January and started by February at least.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, but I will. I think the fun part about writing a comic and having social media is that you get to share with everybody. Here's the do's and the don'ts and the heights and the downfalls and things that, you know what I mean? So people can tune in and definitely check all that stuff out. I'll try to share as much as I can because, it's a learning experience and there's a lot of stuff out there, but nothing like, it's tough to follow one individuals, but so I'll try to put what I can out there.
No, that's dope, and you're very great with that, man. You're great at sharing stuff, and I think that's how I actually found you. I saw one of your videos, and you were sharing some tips, and
Cool.
And I was like, hey, man, let me reach out.
Nice. Yeah, I'm glad you did, man. I love coming on your show and hanging out with you and chatting with all the fans and stuff.
Yeah, thanks. And, aside from that, one of the points I wanted to talk to was the drink and draw you had with me as your guest.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, actually going to be doing another one, I believe, with Armando Ramirez. I think you've had him on your show.
Yeah.
Is it this weekend? Oh, no, next weekend. Yes, it's actually next weekend, the 20th, I believe. Yeah, I'm going to probably stick to once a month just because it's difficult to block out too much time ahead of time, whereas I have a real hard time with saying, I'm going to stream every Thursday, and then I end up not doing it. So once a month I think is a good starting point for now.
No, it sure is, man. Consistency.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll probably run out of artists at some point that want to be on the show anyways.
No, man, they just come back to Instagram, man.
Oh yeah, tons. There are tons.
Tons of them, man.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. That Red Hood turned out awesome, dude. Good job on that.
Oh, thanks, dude. I had fun as well, man. It was a great experience. If anybody's thinking about it, make sure you reach out to James here, Sketching the Beast. DM him. Fun time. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Reach out to me and let me know, and I'll see when I can pencil you in. Like I said, it's kind of a once a month deal, so I'll put you on my list and I'll get to you. Right now, I only have December and January. I haven't talked to the other guy I was going to talk to about doing February, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a lot of fun. I think the whole point is with that I wanted to do was just kind of interact with like-minded people, people who are other creatives. I mean, it doesn't even necessarily. Probably if we're gonna do a drink and draw, it'd probably be artists who draw, but it could be painting, could be digital media, whatever. It doesn't have to be traditional.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm open to all those types of people. But yeah, it's easier now in this type of world to it's kind of what the internet was developed for. I think is reaching out with like-minded people and sharing something in common.
Yeah.
So it's fun for me, and I don't have no friends physically, that live near me that share the same passion as I do. So, it's nice to have somebody to talk to and give you some feedback or talk about, here's what you could do with this or what you could do with that and stuff like that. So.
No, for sure, man. Do you know who Joe Tolliver is?
Yeah. I've seen him.
Yes.
He's the one that leads the comics cast, right?
Yeah, exactly. So cool things, man. Also, let's get into it. It's comics cast. That's for Joe Tolliver. That's a thing going on Facebook. Can you hear me okay, James?
Oh yeah, I can hear you fantastic. Yeah.
Can you turn down your volume just a tad bit? Hello, testing.
Yeah, let me see if I can get headphones on real quick. Sorry.
I'm hearing a lot of feedback on my end. I don't know if my viewers are getting that though.
You might be hearing my dogs upstairs.
No. I'm hearing me. I'm hearing like an echo.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
I had headphones somewhere.
So let me know, viewers, if you guys are hearing that as well. If not, then I'll keep going. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything on my end. I had headphones. I don't know what the heck I did with them.
All right, well, let's continue, man. It's all good. So, so Facebook, man. I know you're into a lot of those Facebook communities and stuff. Anything Anything worth following, worth checking out there, man?
Oh man, there's so many. It's hard to really honestly list. But so I've been a part of this one group for a really long time, um, called "Make Comic Book Collecting Fun Again." And actually, believe it or not,
Make fun of you. That's good.
yeah, it's actually a really fun group. They do a really good job of just kind of engaging, and there's a lot of active members that their whole purpose is to make comic book collecting fun again, right? So there's a lot of artists on there. There's um, a lot of just good people. So if you're actually legitimately into comic books, I would check them out if you're on Facebook. That's a good community to check out. Um, they're always I think they're a public group, so anybody can find them. They're always looking for new members. And then there's a couple other ones. I mean, obviously, if you're on Facebook, one to be on is howtodrawcomics.net. They're very engaged with their admins that to help critique artwork and stuff like that. If you want to grow as an artist, they're there for that. And they have a lot of good sources and references on that group. And there's a few others. I mean, you just kind of got to fit yourself into a group that kind of fits what you're looking to do. I've actually had to leave a few because of their rules being too strict about how you share art and stuff like that. And so I'm just like, I'd love to write all these rules down, but you know what I mean? It's sometimes it's tough with that because you don't want to make people mad. And I try not to just share just to share. I usually try to bring some content or try to like engage the community as far as like what I'm giving them or sharing, but it's not obviously not always the case. I don't always have time to do that. I mean, I think I spend a good majority of my day just actively making sure I'm doing something on social media, and to be honest, I'm not doing anywhere near as much as I should or could be doing. But I'm also not one of those types of people who likes to be in people's faces all the time.
Why not, man? You gotta be in people's faces.
I know that's what my wife tells me all the time. You got to be in people's faces. You got to be, if you want to be somebody, you got to be that household name that like people are like, all right, that Sketching the Beast guy, he's annoying, but he does good work.
Yeah, man. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I listen to something called Draftsman.
Draftsman.
Yeah,
I
Draftsman.
think I have heard of them. Yeah, I think I was looking for podcasts, and I think it came across them.
I highly recommend if you hear podcasts, listen to Draftsman, man. They are two artists, a gentleman, give or take our age, and then an older gentleman. And I mean, they've been in the game for a long time, and their 2 cents, man, their tips are on point, dude. Definitely learned something.
Word up, dude.
And one of the things that they were talking about was selling out. Like not selling out to sell out, but like how to sell yourself. You know what I mean? When it comes down to an artist especially trying to give back and trying to sell and market yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a tough subject. There's a lot. I mean, honestly, nowadays with social medias and stuff, I mean, there's a lot involved with that. And then like, you don't want to be that guy that like posts your artwork all the time and says, "Hey, rate me 1 to 10," because that's just. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just this kind of person, but I feel like that's kind of lame.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you, man. I don't think you should be doing that either. But when it comes to like selling out, it's just like, man, I think that might be the wrong word, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on the context of how you're trying to say it. Like, so like Brian actually talked about this in a live video where we were just chatting. Brian Silverbacks, I think he's just at Brian Silverbacks if you guys want to check him out on Instagram. He's promoting his new handbook, Care Prime. It's really awesome. Check it out if you haven't. But he and I were chatting about this, and he was like, he's like, for the longest time he was chasing the trend, and the trends always change. So, and that works when you're starting off, but when you are really getting into it and getting serious about it, it starts to really get exhausting, physically and mentally exhausting, because you're doing it to chase the trend. You're not doing it for yourself or for fun. You're not, now it's work. It's a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think you kind of captured it good. It's like that's kind of what I mean by selling out is just selling yourself to the audience, to your viewers, to your followers. It's something that I spoke about with my youngest brother, and he put it in layman's terms. He's like, when you're trying to make a name for yourself, it's definitely good to know what your end goal is. There's people that are looking for followers. There's people that are looking for fame. And there's others that are just doing it for the love. They just want to share their artwork.
Yeah.
But so like he put it. He's like, if you want to make a name, if you want to grow and get more followers, then you got to tailor to your fans. You know what I mean? To
Right.
the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you really gotta kind of figure out what your end goal is, and yeah, I mean it changes per person, and it's all on what you want to get out of it at the end of the day.
Yeah, word. Cool, man. Any new thing you learned from the last show?
New things I've learned. Ooh. I learned that Clip Studio Paint is the best obviously in my opinion, but Clip Studio Paint is the best for doing digital comic stuff.
Okay.
I don't know I think we chatted about it before, but that I just did that Wolverine piece for a T-shirt design that somebody wanted as a T-shirt for themselves. Well, actually, it's for a gift for their father, who is a hardcore, old-fashioned Wolverine fan.
There you go.
And oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought real quick. Oh, yes, there you go. Yes, yeah. So it's for his father. So I provided him a print of it as well, and the original artwork. And I gave him a killer deal on that because it was my first time doing it. I did the whole process, start to finish. I did penciling, inking, coloring, graphic designing. Technically, if you are going by the print, the verbiage in the print, I had to kind of design that.
Yeah.
So I did the entire process. It was my first time ever, and yeah, Clip Studio Paint just like changed everything. Like literally the game has changed.
Yeah.
Photoshop was always like, good, but it was always it was like 5 or 10 extra steps to do some of the things that now in Clip Studio Paint it takes you 1 or 2 to do. I mean, yeah, they're like autofill thing is just disgusting. Amazing how awesome it is, and like, yeah, I could go on and on about it, but yeah, that was the newest thing I've learned since the last time we chatted, is that if you're gonna go digital, start yourself off on Clip Studio Paint Pro. I mean, at some point you're gonna have to use Photoshop because the standard is still Photoshop as far as comic art and design and stuff like that. Because of the Clip Studio Paint does not do CMYK. It only does RGB for color, so you need to switch yourself back to CMYK using Photoshop.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Clip Studio Paint.
Yes, Clip Studio Paint. They had actually a sale. You could get it for like $20 for Black Friday. It was a good deal for just the regular version. The like Pro Extreme version like allows you to do some other weird stuff that I didn't think it was necessary yet.
Cool, man.
But I think it's regularly like $50.
still not bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, $50 you get a lifetime membership.
There you
They
go.
also have a monthly plan. You can do like $2 a month or $1 a month or something like that. Super cheap.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
So,
that's crazy.
and then other new stuff I learned. I think that's about it, honestly. That was a fun experience though. The coolest part, and it's one of the things that I always like to say, the coolest thing about being an artist is experiencing new stuff, learning new stuff, and just kind of toying around with things. And yeah, that was just such a fun experience, learning all that new stuff. And I watched. Obviously, I had to watch a video to figure out what the heck I was doing. I would say if you're gonna try to delve into digital color, for anybody who's watching, check out Coloring with Kurt. He's got some really good tutorials. You need to learn how to flat before you do anything else.
Oh yeah.
Flatting is a very important process. If you don't do it right the first time, you'll end up with stupid things that you're like, now I gotta go back and erase this and change this and recolor this and blah blah blah.
And Coloring with Kurt, we find this on YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. Yep.
Okay.
And Kurt with a K.
Kurt with a K. That sounds interesting, man.
Yeah. He's got a lot of really good videos. He's a cool all around guy. I feel bad. He did I'm obviously delving off topic here, but he did a video and a live video, and at the end of the live video, he's also plays the guitar, and like he used to be in a band and stuff, and
okay.
so his fans obviously know this about him, and they're like yeah, play something, and he played something, and of course now he got a copyright strike, and now he's got to share his revenue with freaking whoever he sang whatever song he sang. It's like it's crazy. YouTube's algorithm for finding copyright stuff is nuts now.
Yeah, man, it's that AI doing it, man.
Yeah. So you gotta be careful, man. Like you almost can't even do like specific quotes and stuff, and it's getting crazy out of hand. Like,
it is, man. Next thing you're gonna know, it's like you're not gonna be able to say shit because somebody owns the rights to whatever word you want to use to say it. It's weird. It's very weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll figure out at some point how to like completely copyright what you're drawing and stuff too, and be like, oh, this, you drew this, we own it, so now you have to pay us.
Yeah. No, and I totally understand that, and I get that, man. And it goes back to this whole copyright shit. And even now, it's still like, man. When it comes to like fan art and stuff, do we own it?
Yeah, definitely not.
Do we not?
Yeah, I think it's allowed in very, very specific situations now where it's acceptable. Like it's to be understood that I think like if you draw it and you create it, it's okay for you to like make prints of it and sell prints of it as an artist, as long as you're not pulling directly from something that a Marvel or a DC comic artist did. I think it's generally acceptable. And I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer or a professional here. I think it's generally accepted. But now when you start putting it on things like shirts and stuff and selling them on a store, that's where things get a little touchy-feely and hard to, I don't know, what's the word? Justify. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I actually had to pull a bunch of stuff off my store because of a issue with my print provider. So I unfortunately probably am going to have to be really on the DL as far as like selling some merchandise. But it'll mostly be, I'm going to mostly concentrate on prints and like my actual art ability for now. Someday when Circuit comes, I'll have all sorts of really cool stuff for that. But we'll see how that takes off. And I'm one of those type of people, like, I don't care how well Circuit does. I'm just going to be excited to be in the zone doing it. And I'm going to make a second comic book, whether it gets kickstarted or not.
Yeah.
Because why not? It ain't going to hurt nothing.
No, and this is these are great points that you bring in, man, when it comes to an artist, because and it goes back to should should I say it? I don't know. It's like the mental health of artists. Mental health is a big thing, and going on, and depression, and all sorts of things. Combining to make up this beast here.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But when it comes to that, a lot of artists, they let failure get to them.
Mhm.
Failure is a good lesson for any artist, because you got to understand, we're gonna fail a lot of times before we find that home run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, yeah, and you gotta, when you're an artist and you want to be somebody in the art industry, you have to really kind of reset your mindset as an artist, because you're going to always be putting your stuff out there because you need to. So you need to understand when you fail and why you fail. And you need to take that in a stride. I mean, and there are situations where there will be people, depending on, I mean, people are just trolls sometimes. People will just rip you apart, and it's could be completely devastating. But then you gotta also take in mind, like, those people are obviously being trolls because of the way that they're critiquing your work. But
Yeah.
you have to. I think our greatest achievements are defined by our greatest failures. And like, I expect to fail. I fail all the time. I mean, I could pull out 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 sketch cards just floating around my office where it's like, I really failed at this, and I didn't like the way it turned out, but I needed to continue on.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to adjust your mindset to be ready for failure, but to understand that failure is going to take you in a new direction.
Hmm.
You know.
And that's only if you learn from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 And if you're looking at your artwork and you're saying, this is perfect, this is the pinnacle of everything I've ever done, then you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong,
That's
because
funny.
there is no artwork that's ever going to be that perfect, and you need to take a look. You need to like deconstruct what you created and say, A, am I going to be able to do this again if it is that perfect? B, what is on here that makes it so perfect? Is it really that perfect? What can I do better next time? Because
Hmm.
that's how you learn. And yeah, I mean, and maybe that's my mindset again. Like, it's my mindset that nothing I'll ever do is ever going to be amazing. There's always going to be 100 people, 100,000 probably even better artists than me, but there's also going to be 100,000 artists who aren't as good as me.
Exactly.
Yes, it's a little bit of a jaded way to look at it, but I mean, that's
It's the
that's
truth.
that's the way you got to look at it. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Because
it's the truth.
if you put yourself in the middle, you're setting yourself up for really nothing except for to continue forward. Because now you have nowhere to go but up, and if you go down, then you know that you're going the wrong direction. You know?
And that's aside from people with that whole learning curve, because you have to understand that when you're first starting out, unless you're some sort of prodigy or something. Then
Yeah, which happens. It does happen. I
it
mean,
does.
there
It
are
very does.
there are those people out there that can just not draw for 25 years. They never really drew really at all, and then they pick up a pencil at the age of like 35, and they're like, oh, I just recreated this masterpiece. This is the next Mona Lisa. And it's just like, all right, well, that's cool. Thanks for showing me off. I've been doing this for 5 or 6 years. That's cool. Hey, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, we all grow at our own pace, and we all have to learn at our own pace, and we all have a different approach to learning, which may be faster or slower. It's just you have to, once you figure out the way that you're going to learn the best, then you have to know and remember that, and then
Mm,
just continue on with learning that way.
cool. And the conversation here kind of falls into what I like to call like artisans. you know how there's 7 deadly sins?
Yeah.
You know, artists have sins as well, you know, and one of the sins is obviously work on your craft, know your shit, of course, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just understand that don't let it get too big in your ego because there's always going to be them people better than you. So,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. True that.
and you know, there's also a lot of things that artists do that kind of hurt themselves in a career or business aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, like one of the things that I kind of wanted to touch on was those things of uh, how do you damage one's art career before it even starts? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I've actually seen artists do that, unfortunately, and you kind of have to rebrand yourself when you do end up doing that. There was an artist that I followed for a little while. I actually thought he was doing great work to find out that he was he was just tracing, and he was
Oh
trying to
wow,
calling it his own work.
wow.
And I don't know if he was a kid and he just didn't understand that wasn't right or whatever. I mean, I thought the kid was so talented, and then you would see this discrepancies in his work, like really bad discrepancies, and like his actual work, you could tell was his actual work because it was terrible. And then he would do this like really super awesome, amazing, crazy, like super detailed piece, and you'd be like, you know, you can spot a fake from a mile away when it comes to art because everyone's got their own style, right? So yeah, I mean, when your style changes that drastically,
Yeah,
you know there's something up. And then to find out later, people were literally posting like, "Hey, this is literally David Finch's drawing. You just
oh wow.
you're just calling your own." They're like, well, yeah, I did this, and then he just blocked people, and he just blocked so many people that like, all right, well now you have no artist friends to help you out.
Yeah, no, that's very true. You know, and there's, you know, for all the viewers and people listening out there, understand that if you're gonna study a piece from somebody, then go ahead and replicate it, and that's okay. It's okay
Yeah,
to learn because eventually your muscle memory will kick in. You'll learn how to, you know, do basic structures and muscle anatomy and all that good stuff. But
yeah,
when you pass it off as your own, that's when it becomes a problem. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. Yep.
And it's funny because you know I'm part of something called Monsters Art Clan, and we had a member in there who kind of did the same thing. You know, he would do like a very sloppy version of a trace,
Mm-hmm.
and then he would try to sell the artwork for whatever amount. You know, it's like $60 for a fucking tracing, and it's like, dude, come on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something you keep for your own like sketchbook, really. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate to see when people do that because I mean it really does. It puts their foot in their mouth before they even get in the door. And you know what I mean? They don't have any real structure, and if they ever for whatever reason they do get away with it for forever, at the end of the day, I mean, when trying to create your own stuff, it's not going to be as good as what
yeah,
we're creating because you're no longer tracing.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's and I hate to harp on it for a lot of people, but like, and I'm still learning too. I mean, I'm always learning. If I'm not learning, if I'm not learning something new on each piece I'm doing, then I'm stagnated. And like, if you don't know your basics, then it's going to be very, very difficult for you to get anywhere. I mean, and there are a lot of like YouTube videos out there that are telling you to do otherwise, and you can, I guess it also depends on what you're trying to do at the end of the day. I mean,
Yeah. When it comes to when it comes to art, I don't think there's any shortcuts.
no, there really
Um,
isn't.
eh,
It's all hard work.
yeah, it really is. And you know, there's gonna be people that either they have it, and you know, God bless them and shit. But but at the end of the day, it's going to be hard work, dedication, and I know it sounds corny and cliche, but
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know, and I feel bad. I really feel bad. Like people are always, when people do ask me, like, "Oh, how do you get good at this?" and all sort of stuff. It's like, dude, I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing that every artist on YouTube, every artist on Instagram, every artist on Facebook will tell you that have ever established themselves in any way, shape, or form. You gotta learn the foundations. You gotta learn anatomy. You gotta learn how to draw the figure. You gotta learn the shape of everything.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and there's a lot of things that I still need to work on. I mean, I really need to work on everything, but it's one of those things where I'm a slow grower. I grow, with everything at the same time, and hopefully I'll get to the point where I'm comfortable enough
Sweet.
with my artwork that I can actually build a portfolio. And that's what I'm thinking. This is what the whole point of doing this comic book is I'm going to force myself to get better than I've ever gotten. So that's the whole idea behind with that.
That's cool, man, and it's definitely going to help you with your writing as well and everything. So
Yeah,
cool.
I'm finding trying to figure out like how to write like each panel and imagining the panel in my head is very, very difficult because I have to think of myself, and I've read this a few times. I have to think of myself like a director, like I'm directing a movie, but instead of it being 3D where I can pick and choose, where I can I have to put the camera somewhere. I mean, I pretty much do have to do that, but I have to do it in 2D, and I have to tell a story in a specific way. So otherwise, the reader gets distracted from the whole point of the flow of the comic book. So that's, there's a lot of things you got to keep in mind. So, and I'm sure I'll revise this 100 times from now.
No, I'm sure it'll happen, man.
Just because, I try to be a perfectionist as much as I can. I'm not always, but hey, what's up, Mondo?
What's up, Amanda? How you doing, man? And, just so you guys know, we're down to like the last 13 minutes.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So right now, make sure you guys are following James, aka Sketching the Beast. He's here on Instagram, Facebook. You can find him on YouTube as well, and definitely check out the shop, sketchingthebeast.com.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Now that I'm done with commissions for the year, you will see a little bit more content on my YouTube channel.
Sweet.
Yes.
Great stuff. And of course, guys, if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys drop it off at the question bubble down below. That way we can go ahead and share.
Yes. Don't forget about the giveaway. Like this video, obviously, and comment down below somebody you think would get something out of this conversation. And, we'll pull giveaway winners later in the week.
And speaking about giveaway, not only is Sketching the Beast giving a dope giveaway for all the viewers out there, there's also a giveaway that we do on the show daily, or weekly, I should say. And today is no different, my friend.
Very sweet.
Yes. Today we got
awesome.
Full Metal Alchemist, guys. So it looks like we got about a few people in here. Not too bad.
Yeah. We had a lot of people join and comment and stuff. Thank you, everybody who joined and commented.
So let's go ahead and choose a number.
A number?
Yeah, let's choose a number between 1 and 20, and first one to get it, wins the sketch. How about that? You want to partake in this?
Sure. I'm gonna guess 5.
No.
All right. Everybody else, comment below what your guess is. That's a sweet piece.
Definitely. Comment below. Let me try to get the light on in there.
Yeah, I like the shade work in that metal. That's a good job, dude.
Oh,
you're
thanks.
Good.
I tried, brother. I tried.
Luis guess 18.
No, 18. 13. And I'll keep an eye on it until I see it. let's go with some questions.
Yeah, has anybody got any questions they want to ask?
Well, Toner had a couple.
Oh, did he? Oh, did I miss them? My
So
chat stopped working in the middle of the friggin' thing for whatever reason.
so he says, what kind of covers? And I think he's referring to the comic covers that you were talking about for your comic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of give you, once I have my character concepts down, I'll give you some character concepts to work with. Yeah, just kind of, send me your work. Let me know what your pricing is or what you think your pricing is going to be later in the, like, mid-year next year. And I will, I'll reach out to you once I start at that phase of creating the Kickstarter and stuff like that. Because I'd like to have, maybe 5 or 6 artists do a cover for this comic.
Yeah, variants are very popular nowadays. So.
Yeah, people like variants, so I'll be doing a lot of stuff like that and prints and all this other stuff. I'm gonna try to make this Kickstarter as loaded as I possibly can, so that I can get as much engagement. Because unfortunately, There's actually no female characters in the first comic book, so I'm not going to be able to make a comic book that people are going to want to buy with boobies in it, because it's not going to make sense. So
For real.
yeah, sex really sells. If you're going to draw your own comic book, sex sells. You'll get your $40,000 Kickstarter mark in a day if you have a cover with boobs on it.
Yeah. And that's the sad truth.
Yeah.
And so far, nobody has come up with the right number.
Really? That's crazy.
Oh, and there it is. I just saw it.
Which one is it?
We got the homie Josh for Kicks.
All right, nice. Congratulations, Josh for Kicks, man.
Number 14.
Awesome.
So Josh for Kicks insists.
Very neat. Very cool. Congratulations, dude.
Cool. I'll send that out to you, man. I think I should have your address. I should. I think.
Let's see. Are there any other questions? I didn't see any questions.
As of right now, no other questions, man. But I did want to talk a little bit more about like how artists could damage their careers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the things I got down here is, obviously burning bridges, but
oh yeah, that's a big one.
Lack of people skills.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of artists out there that don't have people skills at all, unfortunately, and they can come off very quickly as your jerk.
Yeah.
When people want to buy your commissions from you. Another thing. So I've actually so between that and kind of falls into the same boat is not shipping your orders. That makes people very upset. And that can ruin your reputation badly.
Yeah, I would put that under incompetence.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Because that one, you could stretch that one as much as possible. Not just that, but just not being able to finish work on time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that could be a tough one. I won't lie. I thought for a while I took on way more work than I was going to be able to finish. Only because I had people actually continuing to tack on work as I was working on stuff. They're like, dude, hey, you know what? Actually, let me throw in another $10 and we'll do another 2 sketch cards and stuff. And yeah, I was actually getting scared. Like I was almost ready to start telling people, I can't. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. I have one big piece that I'm working on that I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish that in time, but. Thankfully, I was able to. I did a little bit of a grind, and I grinded them out, and they all turned out fantastic still. So quality is another one. I don't know if you put that on your list. Quality, quality. You want to have quality work because if what you're showing on Instagram is different than what you're giving your commission work, then that's gonna make people very upset too.
Yeah, yeah. We talked about the whole selling out or just not being a good business person in general. You know what I mean? These
Yeah,
are some of
yeah,
the skills that if you're gonna take your art, and try to make a career out of it, or not necessarily a career, but try to make some sort of income or business, then these are the skills you need.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, you gotta have a business mindset when you're trying to be an artist, especially if you do ever want to be a full time artist. You gotta give yourself a schedule. You gotta make sure you're managing yourself. I mean, yeah, I got 5 different personalities. No, I'm just
Oh shit!
I gotta manage each one. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, not being a pessimist or not a pessimist. What's the word I'm looking for? Not being lazy, I guess. Really, just don't be lazy about your work. Give yourself a schedule. Make sure that you're maintaining that schedule. Give yourself adequate time to give work and set realistic expectations when you're
Nice.
talking to your customers. Definitely always that. And then communication, communication, and that kind of falls in line again with being a jerk. Make sure that you're trying your best to stay communicated with your customers about what's going on with your orders. I can't lie. Sometimes I'm a little bad with that.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean it's tough when I have 5 different people have commissions from me and I gotta and I'm not a work on one commission at a time kind of guy. I'm a in between different commissions kind of guy because I have ADHD and that's just the way I roll.
Man, I cannot do that for the life of me. I tried. Right now, I got maybe about 4 different projects going on, and
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there'll be days where yeah, I'm just so weird with the way that I do my work. I mean, some days I'll do like 5 sketch cards where I just pencil all 5 and then I'll go on to the next stage, the next stage, the next time. But then there's times where it's like I have to do this one card, but it'll be on the third order's commission and not finishing the first order's commission and yes, and I try to make sure that I let my customers know that like I'm kind of a little bit all over the place when it comes to doing commissions because that's when I do my best work is when I'm ready for something. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Some work I have to kind of mentally prepare myself for. So by doing that, I have to use something else as a warm up.
Okay.
And that's just kind of the way I roll. Unfortunately, I mean, hopefully someday, hopefully I won't always have to. I won't always be like that. I mean, I am limited in time right now, but being a full time dad, full time IT guy, and all that other jazz,
Yeah, yeah. Definitely takes a lot.
for
And
sure.
we got maybe about a minute or two left, James. Let's go ahead and answer Luis. Uh, they ask, I've not been drawing for that long. What would you say the best markers are to use?
If you're starting off, I think we've chatted about this before on one of the other videos too. If you're just starting off, I mean, get yourself something cheap. Get a hoo-hoo marker, or I mean, they're really good actually. If you get the decent size pack, I think 72 they give you a blender. If you buy that one, that's a good one to start off with to get the feel for doing color and marker. And then when you are ready and you've saved up money from your commissions, get yourself some Copics if you feel like you want to,
Yeah.
or one of those other brands. There's a few of them that they're higher end brands.
No, and I second that. If you want to start off with markers, definitely go alcohol. Anything alcoholic will
Yeah, yeah,
give you the
yeah,
best
definitely.
blends. So
Yeah, yeah, and then be
cool.
wary of the type of paper you're using too.
Exactly. I would use Bristol, but that's just me. Well, that's it, man. Last minute, we got about maybe 20 something seconds left. Thanks, James.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me on, dude. Sorry I was late.
No, you're good, bro. Don't even worry about it. And guys, make sure you guys are checking out Sketching the Beast here on Facebook. Definitely hit him up on YouTube, and don't forget the sketchingthebeast.com. Also, he's giving a dope giveaway for the viewers. So like the video, comment, and we'll go ahead and pick a winner next week or sometime during the week. Next week, we're joined by David Lopez, Blackjack Davey, and Vinny at Vinny D Illustrates. So,
Sweet.
that's it, guys. Make sure you guys follow me, subscribe, and that's how it is. James, thanks again, bro.